Good evening, I'm Pinky Webb. Tonight we ask the questions, we tackle the issues, we clarify matters, and we get on point. A controversial former Justice Secretary back in the spotlight after he was allegedly named by prosecutors of the International Criminal Court or ICC. Along with Senator Bato de la Rosa, he was supposedly mentioned in a briefer on the charges against detained former President Rodrigo Duterte. He is accused of claiming that the Duterte administration's program was to do everything to stop drugs, crimes, and corruption, and that drug lords will be killed. Did he really say that? And what does he have to say now? Let's get on point with former Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre. Attorney Vit, welcome to the show. It's been a very long time. Maraming salamat po sa inyo.
Yes, it's a long time. Thank you, Pinky, for having me here. And I've been silent for so long already, but I took this opportunity to clear my name about this supposed interview wherein my name was mentioned at the ICC together with the name of
Senator
former
Bato.
GPNP's now Senator Bato de la Rosa.
Okay, let's start with this, Attorney Vit. The name Aguirre, with a redacted first name, actually appeared in the redacted version of the International Criminal Court's prosecution's pre-confirmation brief. I understand that this came out a month ago, sometime September 23. So the two names that appeared were De La Rosa and an Aguirre in the war on drugs campaign by then President Rodrigo Duterte. Sir, have you seen this? And what did you think about this?
Yeah, I was surprised. I've seen that. That's why I tried my best to look where it came from. And I found out that I'm supposed to have said that in an interview by the Al Jazeera. I've never heard, or I never remember having been interviewed by the said news. But that's why I said I had to be confronted. I want to be confronted by that interview. Was that interview in writing or? But this is the first time that I came to know of that interview. It's supposed to have happened sometime in, well, several years ago.
Okay.
But this is the first time that this came out. So this must not have been true.
Attorney, in sinabi po dito, as we already pulled up on the screen, was you, Aguirre said that the new administration's program was to do everything to stop drugs, crimes, and corruption. We will choose to kill these drug lords. Yan po yung pinag-uusapan natin na Lima.
Yes, I never said those.
What
I
do
was
you-
not ever indeed by anybody wherein I said those things. That's why I denied. I will never have consented to do any extrajudicial killing. As a matter of fact, for the information, and I believe that nobody yet knows this, I was the one who brought the relatives of Kian de los Santos, Carl Arnaiz, and Kulot de Guzman. They are the teenagers who were the top of the news at that time, that when they were killed by the police. And when I brought them at Bahay Pangarap in Malacanang, I arranged that the president meet them, and the president said that he is going to help them, and he helped them. As a matter of fact, all those policemen were convicted because of the help of President Duterte.
So very clearly, Attorney Aguirre, you're saying that this program to do everything to stop drugs, crimes, and corruption, we will choose to kill these drug lords. You are categorically denying it. You are sure that you never said this to any media outfit, media personality.
I'm sure of that. And lalong-lalo sa Al Jazeera, hindi ko natatandaan eh. Because this is the first time. Had I said that during the time of the supposed interview, it would have come out in newspaper, local newspaper. But this is the first time
And
that
you've
this came
searched.
out.
Wala po. Okay. So, would you know, attorney, if you are, what is your role in this whole thing? Are you co-accused? Kayo ho ba ay suspect? Meron na ho bang ganon?
Initially, when this ICC thing came out, we are supposed to be part of those because I was then the Secretary of Justice. I believe that the reason why my name came out is that these people who were accusing President Duterte of this crime against humanity wanted to paint a picture that this national policy of the Duterte administration to kill even civilians. And that would not be credible if the Secretary of Justice is not involved. So they invented this interview, and which interview is really a complete surprise to me. I only came to know of that when this came out in September.
Yeah, in September 23. So, just to go back, would you know any idea, sir, if you were you're a co-accused, ano yung classification ninyo, suspect?
I'm supposed to be one of the accused or respondent. But at first, this is not the...
That's not the reason.
This is not the interview that came out. When the ICC thing came out for the first time, the interview which supposed to have come out and supposed to be supposed to have said is that it runs like this, that these drug lords are not part of humanity. That is the, it was, I believe, the ex-Senator Trillanes who said this, and who...
Okay.
But what I really said is that you could not equate drug lords with humanity.
Not equate.
You could not equate drug lords with humanity.
Okay.
And then Senator Trillanes more or less said that drug lords are not part of humanity. I never said that.
And what exactly do you mean when you say you cannot equate drug lords with humanity?
Well, humanity is supposed to be the whole population of the world or of the Philippines. And the criminals could not be equated with humanity.
Criminals could not be equated with humanity?
The criminals could not be equated with humanity because there are other persons aside from criminals. That's what I mean. Simple. In other words, yung a few criminals, could you equate that with humanity? They are part of humanity, but you could not equate humanity with criminals. That's the simple thing that I mean when I said that.
And you still stand by that? You still stand by that?
Yes,
that you cannot
because
equate
I
criminals
think
with
it's
humanity.
part of my freedom speech. You could not be faulted for saying what is in your mind, as long as it would not in any way be detrimental to the rights of the others. It's part and parcel of your freedom of speech.
Should you have been, do you think, sorry, sir, excuse me, looking back, do you think you should have been more careful, possibly, when uttering certain sentences or thoughts, or your thought process to the media or to the public, knowing that you were the DOJ secretary?
Well, perhaps you might be right there, but I really don't see anything wrong with when I said that drug lords are not. You could not equate drug lords with humanity or criminals with humanity.
Okay. Does this mean, are you prepared, Attorney Aguirre, that because your name was part of it, Aguirre, although wala naman po yung Vitaliano, kasi redacted rather po yung first name, even with the dela Rosa, the first name was also redacted. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this Aguirre is you. Wala naman pong
It must be
ibang
me,
Aguirre.
because there are no other high officers or official during the Duterte administration except me.
Does that mean, attorney, that you would possibly be also subjected to a warrant of arrest and possibly also brought to The Hague?
It's possible, but I really don't believe in it because I did nothing wrong.
Is this something you're readying yourself
Of
the
course,
possibility?
I've never been afraid of this. As a matter of fact, if they are going to arrest me, charge me, send me to The Hague, perhaps it would be good for us, for the president especially, so that baka para may kasama siya doon.
Handa ho kayo. Tatanggapin niyo po yun. You will not resist. You will not fight it.
I will fight it. Of course, I'm going to resist because I believe that this government, or any government for that matter, has no right to send a Filipino citizen to be tried by a foreign tribunal. I'm going to resist, of course.
And you're ready to do that.
But if my resistance is not enough and they are successful in bringing me there, so be it.
Meron na ho ba kayong abogado? Meron na ho ba kayong naisip na abogado para sa inyo sakaling this happens?
I don't think I could afford a lawyer of the caliber of Kaufman. So, somebody is offering to help me. He is a bar-top notcher, but of course, you have to spend also.
But
Attorney Professor Art De Castro.
Attorney Art De Castro.
He's a very good, he's a bar-top notcher, a prolific author of several law books.
Okay. Weren't you a bar-top notcher too?
I'm the valedictorian of Sameda College, but we did not place in the top 10 of
I see.
the bar. Just like the valedictorian of UP in Ateneo at that time. Pare-pareho kami hindi pumasok sa top 10.
But to look back, Attorney Aguirre, no, since 2017, yung inyong pangalan was already part of this complaint before the ICC. I believe it was through the late Attorney Sabio, I believe, who was representing Edgar Bato. Nasama na po kayo dito sa information back in 2017, obviously together with the former president.
Kasama ako dyan, pero I really don't know kung sino complainant noon. But hindi ba si attorney, sino ba?
I
Attorney
think it's Jude Sabio.
Sabio. I think he later refuse to pursue this complaint, di ba? Parang umatras siya, di ba?
We're gonna still lots to talk about with the former Justice Secretary, Attorney Vitaliano Aguirre. We will be right back. Stay tuned. This is On Point. Welcome back. Still with us, former Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre. Sir, knowing that the former president has been in The Hague since March, and we haven't really seen him since his first appearance, I think it was March 14, yung confirmation of charges po hindi natuloy, and there is this motion by the defense saying he's unfit to stand trial. What are your thoughts moving forward, sir, dito po sa pinagdadaanan na complaint, or I don't know if it's kaso ho ba ni dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte?
Well, nakakawa din si President, PRRD. Kasi he's already old. Even before he was taken there was the time when we were together in an LDP meeting where talagang nasa nasa wheelchair na siya. Hindi na siya makatindig while delivering this speech. Hindi na siya tumindig. So that was months before he was taken to The Hague. Kaya I read yesterday that yung interim release niya was denied, and if ever there was a motion for reconsideration filed by Attorney Kaufman, but even if, And they are going to be examined by the doctor, psychiatrist,
doctors.
psychologist, so provided by the ICC. Still, if it's possible that they could not stand trial, they said that he will be continued to be jailed there.
That's
And
one thought.
he will be examined 3 months after.
Or 6 months
every,
after,
Every
yeah.
3 months to show whether he's a fit for trial. But there was we know already that he fell down and lost consciousness. But this has to be considered. He's an 80-year-old man, and mahina na, may mga sakit, so many comorbidities. Kaya dapat siguro na bigyan siya ng house arrest. Hindi siya sanay nung nagsosolo. Di ba, wala siyang matawag na nurse or a nursing aid doon sa tabi niya. So, I think
We will await the decision of the ICC regarding that kasi ang sabi po nila, the 3 medical experts should submit a report by October 31.
October 31.
Tapos meron pong 5 days ang prosecution and counsel for the victims to comment. So that's around November 5. And we will see what kind of decision ang lalabas po dun sa ICC pretrial chamber. So this is one possible case, sir, that you also might be facing. And I was trying to, look back at some of the cases that you are facing now. Meron ho kayo supposed to be before the office of the Ombudsman now, yung pong final ni dating Senador, now Congresswoman Laila de Lima.
Yes.
Okay.
The CA case she filed was already dismissed. It's only the Supreme Court says that she filed na nandun pa. I think she filed a motion for reconsideration. It's supposed to be dismissed by the Supreme Court already. Because,
She filed a motion for reconsideration before the Court of Appeals, and then the Court of Appeals remanded it back to the Office of the Ombudsman.
Dalawa yun eh. Sa Court of Appeals, yun yung administrative aspect. Sa Supreme Court, yun yung criminal aspect. Yung sa Court of Appeals, already dismissed.
Okay.
Yung sa Supreme Court, I think it was already dismissed, but she filed a motion for reconsideration.
I see. Pending, obviously, now, itong sa CA, yung admin case. That
Wala
was-
na yung admin case.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So, isa na lang po itong what
Yeah,
you're facing,
Yung criminal aspect.
yung criminal aspect,
criminal
to which you
aspect.
filed a appeal before the
Supreme Court.
Supreme Court. Attorney Aguirre, what is your reaction, your thoughts on the dismissal of the cases against now Congresswoman Laila de Lima? All 3 cases before the Muntinlupa RTC, and yung pagbaliktad po, pag-recant rather, ng ilang mga testigo laban sa kanya, na yung isa pa po, si Rafael Ragos, ay sinabing, parang pinilit niyo po siya, you forced him to speak against the former senator at idiin po siya sa drug case.
Actually, walang katotohanan yung mga sinabi ni Ragos na yun eh. Actually, before Ragos retracted his testimony against Secretary de Lima, he swore under oath for no less than 10 times that he really brought 10 million, 5 million, to 5 million to his house in Parañaque. At of course, niretract niya yun. So, I presented all these drug convicts sa House of Representatives, mga 20 siguro yan. Lahat sila, including Ragos, said that tinatunayan nila yung mga affidavit nila. Then, during the time, the preliminary investigation, at least 4 times siya nagsabi doon, si Ragos, na pinatutunayan niya yung pagdadala niya ng 10 million kay Secretary de Lima. And then there were 2. I'm no longer in the Department of Justice at that time, and there were 2 hearings in the Senate. Pinatawag din siya, I think it's 2022. Sinabi niya na pinatunayan pa rin niya na nagdala siya ng 10 million kay Secretary de Lima. Oh, so when you take an oath, you call on the God to witness on the truth of what you were saying. So after more than 10 times na sinabi mong nagdala ka ng 10,000, tapos on a mere, after so many years, after 7 years, sinabi mong hindi totoo yung sinabi mo, that shouldn't be given any weight by the court. Kasi yung retraction, yan ang pinakamadaling gawin eh. Ginagawa ang retraction pag ikaw ay, dalawa lang in my 50 years, more than 50 years of law practice, dalawa lang ang reason kung bakit nagkakaroon ng affidavit of desistance. Either pera or talagang nagpatawad ka. Pinatawad mo na yung tao.
I see. So, yung sinasabi po ni Rafael Ragos that you, well, basically, tinakot niyo po siya, you threatened him to implicate Laila de Lima, you're basically saying that's all a lie.
That's a lie. Kitang-kita mo naman dun sa, when he was being interviewed, hindi ko alam yun eh. It was only in 2024 that I came to know that the taking of the affidavit of Ragos was video. It's in a video. And naka-video lahat yun eh. From the beginning up to that time, makikita mo dun sa video na when Pao was taking, hindi lang lawyer, it's Pao who was taking the video of Ragos. And makikita mo dun, si Ragos pa nagsasuggest na kung ano yung dapat ilagay dun sa kwan eh. So it's very voluntary. Kaya talagang hindi ko malaman kung, well, I know the reason why the judge acquitted him under the present administration. But sabi ko ganyan, nung tanungin ako, mabuti na rin, I'm also glad that the case against him was dismissed. I think she suffered enough.
You mean si Congresswoman Laila de Lima, the case against her was dismissed. You're saying because she suffered enough.
She has suffered enough for that 7 years.
But did the Department of Justice fail? Or was the Department of Justice remiss or wrong? Because the former senator, the now Congresswoman, has been acquitted of all 3 charges of from 3 different RTCs of the Muntinlupa on all the drug cases filed against her.
First, ganito yan. The first dismissal happened during the Duterte administration. Meaning to say na hindi pinigilan ni Duterte na ma-dismiss yung isang kaso. The 2 cases, yan ang na-dismiss during the present administration. Yung isang kaso, yun yung kay Ragos nga, nag-motion for reconsideration after the acquittal of de Lima. Nag-motion for reconsideration itong panel of prosecutors. It was denied, and the panel of prosecutors appealed to the Court of Appeals. The appeal was sustained, and the acquittal was declared null and void. What the Court of Appeals said, okay, remand this
Ibalik sa RTC.
to RTC with the instruction. Para tingnan mo itong ganito. Siguro, ito ang instruction namin. You decide it again. It was decided again and acquitted ulit si de Lima. The panel of prosecutors filed another motion for reconsideration to the Court of Appeals because the judge did not follow the instruction of the Court of Appeals. Unfortunately, I believe that kung sinunod lang yon, kung hindi, unfortunately yung appeal to the Court of Appeals was ordered by Secretary Remulla to be withdrawn. Kaya walang nangyari na. Hindi na napatunayan ng...
But just the same, at the end of the day, Attorney Vit, all the cases against Congresswoman Laila de Lima. She was acquitted.
Yes, she was acquitted.
So, yun nga po, babalik ko po. Nagkulang ho ba ang DOJ? Was the DOJ remiss? Or simply the charges against the Congresswoman were not true?
No, in my opinion, the charges are all true. Kita mo rin, during her incumbency as Secretary of Justice, itong si Colanco, during her time, nakakapag-concert sa loob ng Bucor. Bilibid. Oh. Ang laki ng kinikita ni Colanco noon kasi nakausap ko siya. Oh. Tapos nandyan yung mga kubol. Tadaig pa yung mga 4-star, yung 5-star hotel natin. Mangyayari ba yan without the knowledge of the Secretary of Justice?
All right. Okay. Unfortunately, sir, I have 1 minute left and really wanted to get your thoughts on this flood control scandal. Of course, dahil this is something that a number of agencies, departments are also looking into. Kayo ho ba, meron ho bang lumapit sa inyo para tulungan sila, defend sila dito sa flood control scandal, sir?
Yes, meron na.
Who?
Hindi pa kami
Hindi pa kayo nag-agree?
Hindi pa kami nag-agree.
But you're ready to actually defend this particular
I'm ready
person?
to defend it.
And is it a senator, congressman, contractor? DPWH official? Sino po doon?
Hindi pa kami nag-okay.
Sige,
I'm not
okay.
in a position to reveal kasi hindi pa kami
All right. So something that you might get yourself into and probably we'll be seeing more of you kung magkaayusan po kayo or matanggap
Yes,
niyo ito.
mabuti naman at baka pumasa na yung bill or yung law na authored by Congressman De Lima and by the Senate na magkaroon ng power to subpoena and power to cite
Cite in
for
contempt.
contempt. Yun ang kinakailangan. So magkaroon ng kwan.
Ngipin.
To be ngipin and to be truly independent.
Former Justice Secretary Vitaliano Aguirre, sir, good to see you again. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's On Point. Join us again tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. here on BNC, the Billionario News Channel. I'm Pinky Webb. Thank you for watching.